guys, I'm back. It's me, Roja. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to record the videos that I said I was gonna record and release in the consecutive weeks following the first one. It just turned out to be an incredibly busy summer. However, now that it is fall and the leaves are changing color and the weather is getting a little depressing, I do have a bit of time to go ahead and do what I said I was gonna do. Just gonna dive right in. The topic we were talking about is achieving the impossible. And today I want to talk to you about self-care. Now, this is vital for getting where you want to go. So self-care basically means proper rest, nutrition, exercise, and spiritual exercise. For me anyway. I personally find that if I don't get proper rest at night, I'm struggling to get through the day. I don't have enough focus, I tend to get migraines, I tend to get really distracted or tired and drained. So it's important to have good rest at night. The average adult is recommended to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. I do this, I try to, as much as I can, get proper rest at night by heading to bed by 10 p.m. at night. One of the ways that I'm able to fall asleep on time, I know a lot of people struggle with insomnia, is by making sure that my nutrition and exercise is also on point. So the earlier I sleep, the earlier I'm able to get up. The more hours in the day that I seem to have, the more energy that I seem to have during the day. And the more that I exercise, the more I'm able to do things without being tired or moody or being drained all day. So I have to admit and confess, I haven't always been the best with keeping up with my nutritions. Like I don't always eat properly. I've had days, maybe even months, when I've been so busy that I just had to, grab and go at the fast food restaurant closest to me, and that tremendously affects my overall health and my overall focus and performance in any area of my life, whether it be in work, whether it be when I'm working out, or even just when I'm hanging around with my friends. I just want to go home and go to sleep because it's so tiring when you don't eat the proper food. The best thing when you get up, make sure you get some proteins and a little bit of carbs, not too much carbs, but a lot of proteins and some brain food in the morning. And then throughout the day, I'm sure you can Google all of this. That's what I do. I, look up YouTube videos, Google, and research what's healthy for me. So I try to eat as much of the superfoods as I can. I make a smoothie sometimes. I don't always enjoy the smoothies. I call them green guck concoction. If you ever see any of my Instagram posts, you'll know I hate them. But it's important to consume them though, because it actually affects your day. Exercise is another thing. Even if you don't have the time to go to the gym or go to a class of some sort to get the exercise that you need, I would suggest, at least on your lunch hour or early in the morning, to try to get about 20 minutes of walking in. Cardio is so vital. It's so important to your health, and the more you do work out, the more energy you will have. And believe me, as much as it would be stiffening and sore on your muscles the first few times, you'll notice that your energy levels will increase. This is a must for me. I try as much as I can to at least go for a walk once a day. Now, spiritual exercise can be different for everybody. I am a Christian, so I try, to get up, pray in the morning, pray at night, do a little bit of worshiping throughout the day. I try to have a conversation with God all the time, anywhere and everywhere. Sometimes, like if you see me out in public and I'm, pushing a grocery cart and talking to myself, I'm not crazy, though people might think that, but it's just my way of praying at all times. However, gratefulness, mindfulness, and learning are really great ways to practice spiritual exercise. Gratefulness is just trying to find at least 3 things every single day that you can be thankful for. This automatically changes your attitude from what do I need and anxiousness and sometimes depression or moodiness to, wow, look what I have, I should be happy. It automatically shifts your mindset. So what I would do is write in a book every single day. Even if I don't feel so happy or grateful, I write even some of the most simplest things like running water. I know it sounds cliche, but write it in a journal or on a piece of paper that I am thankful for this. God, thank you for this. Whichever way works for you, right? And mindfulness is just being aware of everything around you. Not so much in a negative way or anything, but just knowing, there are other people that we share this planet with. And so it's important that we take into consideration that we're all humans. Some people are having an off day, some people are having a good day, some people are just not in the mood for anything. So we have to be aware of our surroundings, and just to make sure that we don't, even if we don't go out of our way to do anything extra for anybody else, that we don't do anything to damage someone else around us. That takes a lot of practice, because if you're hangry and you walk into a fast food restaurant, I know I've been there, mindfulness is not that easy. Learning spiritually it's probably the best thing. It's not something that everybody practices. For me, reading something that is beneficial every single day is absolutely important. It's just a life changer. Learning is important both spiritually and non-spiritually. It's important because as a human being, we are growing always, and we need to keep educating ourselves in every area. For me, spiritually, learning is reading my Bible, reading books written by other authors who are Christians, watching vlogs and podcasts that are spiritually uplifting and teachings. Reading in other areas for me professionally would be, as a writer, I like to read a lot of novels and a lot of stories and short stories and poetry written by other authors, just to be inspired, just to learn different styles. Of course, I'm not a seasoned author per se. I am quite young, and I only recently started publishing books. So learning from those who have been doing this for a long time is incredibly important for me. People who know what they're doing. Also in my workplace, I like to, learn from my superiors, the authority figures, the VPs and managers and whatnot. Anybody who has anything to offer, I like to listen to, and I like to hear and remember, and I like to read about. So when you get a chance every day, try to at least take about 10 minutes to put something that's beneficial for you into your system, by either watching something uplifting, watching something educational, or reading. I would suggest reading over watching, but a lot of people learn better when they watch something. So put something educational into your system. Try to do that at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, whichever works for you. I prefer beginning of the day because it starts the day off better. But make sure you do that. Now, all of this summed together, the reason I say that self-care like this is very important is because this will set you up as an individual to be stable enough to do what you need to do to get where you need to get. The novel that I wrote took 17 years to perfect, and it's never perfect. It's, in my opinion, as an author, if you want to edit, you can edit forever. But 17 years is a long time. However, juggling everything from school to work to writing, as well as learning and changing within myself and my surroundings also, had caused me to change a lot about the novel. So everything that I learned had an impact on me achieving my impossible. But if I didn't get my rest, and if I didn't get my nutrition, if I didn't get my exercise, and if I didn't learn, that day was usually not going to be as productive as the day that I did get all of these things. So it's very important to take care of yourself first so that you can keep going towards your goal without being drained, without getting fed up of it, or just too tired and exhausted to want to keep. You'll lose motivation when you don't have the energy, I find. And of course, like, motivation is an entirely other video that I have to do probably. But when you don't have the energy, you will lack the enthusiasm, and the effort that you will put into doing your work won't be as great as when you do take care of yourself. Hope this helps. Take care of yourself. Until next week.